Hey everyone, welcome to Illegal Alien Racing. This is the start of a brand new rental kart racing season. I'm going to show you just a few clips of the pre-final so you can see how that went, and then we're going to jump right into the final and I'm going to show you that race. I qualified 6th overall, so that's where I'm starting in the pre-final. So into the pre-final, get bumped from the back. I give him a bump right back, let him know I didn't really like it. Happens to be Sosa there in the blue. No harm, no foul. Getting passed by kart 20. You'll see him a couple times in the video, and again, it's because I passed him right back. Getting passed again by somebody else, and then kart 20 here just slamming into someone else on track who wasn't happy about it, and you can understand why. So what happened was I drew a kart that just did not have very good straightaway speed. On the corners, I was able to pass people at times and hang with them, but on the straights, this kart just didn't have a very good motor, and I was getting passed rather easily on the straight after starting in 6th spot. Now this is rental kart racing. This is just the nature of rental kart racing. These karts are made for the general public to drive them, and it's impossible for a track to make these all equal karts. So if you're going to do rental kart racing, this is just what comes with it sometimes, and you have to deal with it. All right, so I'm going to show you a clip coming up that's really important. They go over some rules in the driver's meeting. This is what a dive bomb is. Watch the kart in front of me. I'm going to pause it right there. The turn has started. That driver is not halfway up to the inside of the kart in front of him. That is not his turn. He has to back off. Instead, he goes for it and passes the driver, or tries to, with half his kart off the track. If he was halfway up the other driver's kart, the other driver needs to give him room to pass. But given that situation, the driver in the back should have backed off. All right, I'm going to take you into, this is a second to last lap. So I started 6th. I'm in mid-pack at this point, maybe like 15th or something like that. So here's kart 20 again. I don't know who this karter is, so this isn't a personal dig on him. Not at all. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I think he's a newer karter. I guess, I don't really know. It's the start of the season. We probably have a lot of new drivers out here that haven't raced before. So we are coming down to the last lap here, and watch the dive bomb by 20. You'll be able to see it. Into turn 1 right there, boom. Takes out himself plus 2 more. Totally ruined their races. So got to be careful with the dive bombs, but that's what happened in the pre-final. All right, we're coming down for the start of the final race. I am starting 14th, courtesy of the last lap dive bomb. 3 karts got taken out. Green flag, here we go. So my objective here is to not spin or get spun. First lap. I'm in 10th spot. I'm not going to win the race. Just hang in there and pick them off one by one once things kind of settle out just a little bit. Have to be careful here because you can get spun out if you turn down on someone. And right there, I almost get spun out. My race would have been ruined right there had I spun out there. Get a 2-for-1 pass there. Kind of mistimed that. That is Chance in the 30 kart right in front of me. Chance is a defending heavies and lights league champion. I was 2nd overall in heavies last year. Chance won both. It will probably never be done again. He's clearly the Lewis Hamilton of rental kart racing. Now watch Joe here get dive bombed. There's Joe in the 9 kart right there. That driver comes in super late and just gets right into him. He apologizes, but still doesn't make it okay. Shouldn't be making that move. Again, if you're not halfway up the other person's kart as the turn is beginning, that is not your corner. You have to back off. If you are halfway up, it is your corner. You do have rights to it. The other person has to give you room. They don't have to back off. They just have to give you room. Now, I think I'm guilty of a dive bomb later in the race, and I'll show that to you in just a few minutes. So here I'm in a 9th spot, trying to battle here. And this kart feels a lot better than the pre-final kart. Doesn't handle particularly well, but that's okay. It's pretty quick on the straights, and I can manage the handling on it. Again, right behind Chance. I'm going to try to work with him. Again, he's the best driver. Let's just follow the best driver around the track if we can. Right there, I think 21 gets right back underneath me, does a good job. Now here he doesn't give me a lot of room, probably doesn't know I'm there, so I turn right back into him, almost spun him out. I'm not going to go off track and go for a ride because he kind of put me out there on the edge. I'm going to turn right back into him, and we're going to keep going. So luckily he didn't spin, because I wouldn't want him to spin out because of that, but I'm also not going to go for a ride myself. So here is my, probably a dive bomb maybe. I can see why I did it. So I get a lot of momentum here and I just go for it. And he turns in, he's there when I'm there. Right there, right there. They get in a wreck in front of him, and unfortunately he gets caught in it. Didn't know if I'd get a penalty for that. That's definitely something that they could take a look at. I did not get penalized for that. So it was just like it happened so fast, and I had good momentum going. I wasn't going to slow down. I didn't think he was going to turn down, but he did. My fault on that one. So my apologies. A lot of rough driving this night. A lot of people putting clips on social media of just some dive bombs and just stuff that happened. All right, so right in front of me in the 6 cart, that is Justin, my teammate on the Haas team. So I want to work with him a little bit and try to catch. I think that's Chris right in front of him, and then Chance, and I think Brennan is there. So we're in a good spot here. Oh, Brennan's way up there actually. We're in a good spot here. So I'm going to receive team orders here on the radio.
Illegal alien, that is Justin directly ahead. Do not pass. Stay behind. Team orders.
Bullshit, team orders, stay behind. Team orders, get the fuck out of my way.
So yeah, I'm not the ideal teammate, I guess, in rental carts. Probably want to find someone else. I'm not your guy. I'm out for myself. So here I'm going to work with Justin. And that is Chris right in front of Justin. Chris is a very, very solid, good driver, and he's going to be tough to get around. Now Chris's cart's a little slower on the straightaway, so we know that that we'll get him. We have to be kind of patient. So right here, my plan is just to push Justin past Chris, and Justin hits the brakes right there, and I push him out wide. Didn't mean to do it, but that's what happened. I'm not going to slow down and and get right behind him. I'm just going to go around him. So this race is going pretty well so far. I want to set Chris up for the straightaway here. Chris is in the 18 cart, and I get a good run and set up an over-under, and my cart just was better out of the corners than his, so I was able to get around him. Wasn't planned, but it was there, so I took it. So now I've got Sosa right in front of me, and I got a podium position. I'm thinking, hey, if I came from 14th and got a podium, I think it's a pretty good night. You can see Chris and Justin, they're hanging pretty well with me. I've had some people on my YouTube channel comment, hey, why do you race rental carts if you have your own cart and you race club? The answer is easy, because it's fun. I have a blast doing this, and the drivers here are really good, and these carts are not easy to drive. They don't handle particularly well. Even though they don't go as fast, the principles of racing still apply, and I think this is a great place to start if you want to learn racecraft, driver etiquette, how to drive. It's not just about running fast laps. I've been in races where people can lay down fast laps, but you put them in a racing environment and they go straight to the back because they don't understand the concept of racing. Trying my hardest to catch Sosa here. Now turn one, I was not doing well in turn one. I wasn't getting the cart down by the to the apex, and I was able to do it in this turn here. I slowed down just a little bit more than normal and got the cart way down there. You see how much time I made up on Sosa. So by slowing down a little bit more than normal, I actually helped myself out, which is kind of counterintuitive if you think about it. But because I was doing my normal braking and stuff, but the thing about rental carts is they're all different, and you have to be able to adapt to what your cart can and can't do, and what it likes to do, what it doesn't like to do. So I figured out, hey, if I can kind of just slow down just a smidge more going into one, I'll be able to exit a little faster probably. And there, Sosa's taking a defensive line. And I'm going to swing out and try to set him up. Miss time and bump him kills my momentum, which if I didn't bump him, I probably could have finished the pass. Some good racing there. A little bumping, not a big deal, but some good racing. I like racing Sosa. He's a clean driver. He's a fast driver. He messes up there a little bit. I'm not there to take advantage of the over-under, unfortunately. So here's an important lesson as well that I learned. So right there, you see the gap behind. Right here, if I just follow Sosa, that driver behind us probably won't catch us. There's two problems with that. Number one, I don't know how deep we are into the race. They're gonna give us a 2 to go. So at that point, you know, I'm not gonna follow Sosa. I'm just gonna go for the pass. But I also know how good Sosa is and how much trouble I'm having trying to pass him. So I don't want to wait for 2 to go. So I just don't think I can make the move maybe in 2 laps. It's going to really cut down the number of opportunities I have to pass him. The other problem with that strategy, even if I did want to push Sosa, is this right here. You see Sosa go to the bottom of the track. He's protecting the bottom. So that's automatically going to kill our exit speed on turn 1. So if I just follow Sosa the whole time, it's going to end up, it's probably not going to matter because that driver in cart 2 behind us is pretty quick, and he's going to end up catching us. So I was kind of upset with myself a little bit for not following him, but after reviewing the video, I understood why I was trying to go around him as quickly as possible. Part of it too is starting in 14th spot. You know you're going to be just a lot more aggressive than normal, and you just want to pass as many carts as you can, usually as quickly as you can, and that's the mentality I was in. Wasn't able to really switch it off. But again, for those reasons I mentioned earlier, I don't think it would have really mattered. I think we would have gotten, like right there, if I would have been behind him, we would have exited probably not very well. Okay, right here, I go inside Sosa. I thought it was a dive bomb, so I said, man, go ahead. I don't want to get penalized for that. Unfortunately, I didn't know how close the other driver was, and he takes advantage and gets a 2 for 1. I reviewed this in slow motion, kind of frame by frame, and it was not a dive bomb by definition, but at the time, again, it happened so fast, you don't really know. I figured, hey, it's safer to give the spot back and not get penalized, you know, 3 or 5 spots or whatever they decide they want to penalize me. Just give the spot back and move on. Having a little trouble with cart 2. Watch this dive bomb, cart 2 right there. It goes way inside of Sosa, way late. Passes off the grass. He apologizes, but again, okay, it's cool you apologized. Give the spot right back. He's still trying to race him, so the apologies really don't matter too much. He's a newer driver. I think this is his first league ever, so not a big deal. I've done stuff like that too in the past when I first started. He'll learn. Right here, it looks like he's trying to block. Watch him weave a little bit, kind of back and forth. I don't know if he's weaving because he's looking left and right and his hands are kind of moving with it, but not really allowed to do that. And I told him I don't think that he meant to do it or anything like that. Again, he's just a new carter and just doesn't know the rules and how they're applied. Again, I've been there myself, so I'm not going to sit here and just nitpick everybody because I just don't think that's fair. All right, last lap, here we go. Take a look behind us. They're kind of in striking range. I totally messed up that entrance turn 1. Now I'm in a fight for 5th spot. Stupid move on that was stupid on me. I should have nailed that turn. I could have been right up there with him. but I'm still a few kart lengths back, and Tu's gonna take a look at Sosa. Again, Sosa's doing a great job of defending. Could have been right there on the rear bumper, maybe made a move, but yeah, that's what happened. With the race, I finished 5th on the track, but Brennan won the race. You got to weigh 191 pounds or more with all of your equipment. He weighed 187, so he was several pounds too light, and he was DQ'd. So I ended up finishing 4th. Sosa got 2nd, and Chance won the race. So congratulations to Chance. Thank you so much for watching this. If you hit the like button, it does help people see this video more. So if you want to do that, that'd be cool. If not, that's okay too. Anyways, I appreciate your time watching this, and I will see you next time. Y'all take it easy.